Negotiation is all about reaching a common point which is acceptable to all the stakeholders. In order to reach the common ground, the negotiators have to engage in a give and take dance, which is also known as trading concessions. Welcome back to your channel, The Art of Negotiation, and I'm your host Ashish Mendirata. In one of the episodes, we went across 5 steps of negotiation process. Thereafter, we covered the first 3 steps, and the links of those videos is given in the description box. Today, we are going to explore the fourth step of negotiation, which is trading concessions. So please subscribe to our channel if you have not done it so far, because it motivates us to bring out more such interesting and insightful content. So whether you are negotiating for a better deal or resolving conflicts, mastering the art of trading concession can make or break your negotiations. So in this episode, we will explore some effective strategies for trading concessions that can help you to achieve your negotiation goals without conceding a lot. So let's get started. Before we jump into the strategies, let's first try to clarify what concessions are. Concessions are the compromises or the offers that we make during negotiation in order to move the conversation forward. These can include the price adjustments, the timelines, terms and conditions, or any other thing which is up for discussion. Let's say you are buying a car from a dealer. In order to close the dealer may offer you certain concessions like price discount, free accessories, extended warranty, etc. In return, they would expect you to confirm the deal within few hours. It's a win-win situation because you will get a great value from the overall deal, and the dealer will be able to book sale and get the cash immediately. From this example, we arrive at the key principles of trading concessions. Number one, it's a two-way lane. That is, both the parties have to be flexible and open to giving concessions to each other. Number two, the purpose of concessions is not to take away, but to create value for each other. Number three, it's about strategically giving up something to gain something more valuable in return. Many negotiators confuse trading concessions with positional bargaining, which is far from truth. In positional bargaining, the parties are inflexible and they give away unwillingly. That leads to both the parties walking out unhappy. On the other hand, in case of trading concessions, both sides give away willingly to get something more valuable in return. So there is a difference. Now, the questions that most negotiators have in mind is what the timing, frequency, and the size of each concession should be. So let's go through some of the key strategies for trading concessions in negotiation. Number one, plan and document your strategy. Don't make concessions on the spot without thinking through them. Plan your concession strategy in advance so that you know what, when, and how much you can concede. Something which is of core interest to you, there may not be much scope of concessions. However, on the other hand, there could be some of the areas which are of not core interest to you, where you can be more generous in making concessions. So it's important that you document and plan your concession strategy so that you can keep a track of it. Let me take an example of purchasing a new machine for your factory. What is of core interest to you? The core interest could be that there should be a minimum downtime, and therefore the supplier should be able to resolve any complaint or issue in a time-bound manner. So your core interest is the best quality and the fastest complaint resolution time. However, you can be more flexible on the cost, payment terms, delivery schedule if the supplier is able to meet your core objectives. Number two, label your concessions. Don't assume that the other party will appreciate or notice your concessions. Make sure you highlight what you have given up, how much it has costed you, and how much they are going to benefit from it. This way, you can create a sense of reciprocity and obligations, and it will also prevent them from taking your concessions for granted. For example, you may say something like, I'm willing to lower my price by 10%, which is a significant dent on my margin, but I'm doing so because I value our long term relationship and also I want to help you meet your budget. So, by labeling your concessions and making them realize what it has costed you and how is it going to benefit them, it creates a sense of obligation to reciprocate back from their side. Number three, make it reciprocal. Don't give away concessions for nothing in return. If you are giving away something, the other side should also be willing to reciprocate by giving you something which is of value to you. For example, you can say, if I agree to extend the payment terms by 30 days, would you be able to increase the order quantity by 20%? If the other side does not reciprocate your concessions, it should be rolled back immediately. Number four, use concessions to create value. Don't view concessions as a zero-sum game, wherein the gain of one party is the loss of the other party. Instead, look for ways to use concessions to create value for both the sides by exploring their interest, needs, and preferences. So by doing this, you can expand the overall pie, build trust and rapport, and also discover new areas of collaboration. For example, you may say something like, I understand that you are concerned about the reliability of our product. How about, if we offer you training session and 1 year extended warranty in exchange for slightly higher price? So by doing this, you are creating value for your customer because you're addressing their key concern. At the same time, you're also getting compensated for doing so. So it's a win-win situation for both. Number five, concede in steps. Don't concede everything in one go. Give concessions in steps and only if you get something back in return at every stage. Studies have shown that giving smaller and more number of concessions produce better results as compared to giving bigger and fewer concessions. And then keep making your concessions smaller and smaller at every step to indicate that there is not much left to concede from your side. Number six, never use round numbers. When conceding, never make an offer in round numbers. For example, instead of making a counter offer of rupees 100, make it 98 or 102. The rounded numbers are taken less seriously, whereas the non-rounded numbers drive towards the closure faster. Number seven, keep a record of all the concessions that you have made as well as the concessions you have received from the other party. It will help you track how many steps you have moved forward as compared to the other party. If at any point of time you feel that the other party has not been fair and they have not given as many concessions as you have given to them, then feel free to roll back all the concessions and re-strategize. And finally, never concede under pressure. Be it a pressure of deadline to close the deal or the threat from the other party to walk away, don't use concessions to overcome these challenges. Instead, make it clear to the other party that it would be them who would be losing more by being inflexible. So, next time when you are negotiating, pay close attention to the concession approach. so that you are able to get the maximum value out of negotiation without conceding a lot. So if you have liked this video, please press the like button and subscribe to our channel. Until then, happy negotiating.